Last time, things didn't go according to plan. After alerting several paladins of Cord to your all's current place of trespassing, things seemed to get increasingly worse from there. They asked you all outside and proceeded to obtain the rifle that was just purchased by Finnegan, claiming it did not belong to him and instead was the rightful property of Eris Draylen. So, after the argument, a fight broke out and became quite deadly very fast thanks to Gorna, who in the heat of the moment seemed to transform into some sort of lizard humanoid creature and sank her now sharpened teeth into one of the guards, killing him instantly. You managed to dispatch them all by killing them, scaring them off, or in one case in particular, taking a hostage. After the battle, you all made it inside Fidget Honeybottoms with your new hostage, to wait out the now roaming city guard who've been put on high alert after the noise and aftermath of your fight. Then, while discussing how to escape and what to do with the newest party member, Garuk decided to do a bit of unorthodox questioning involving a morning star and a kneecap. Unhappy with your answers and feeling you had no other option, you swiftly and coldly dispatched of your captive. Then, with a clever distraction from an unseen servant, you all made your escape and headed for the olive pit. On the way, Garuk was stopped by a superior officer on patrol who told him that Commander Draylen wished to see him. So you separated, Garuk heading for his barracks and the rest of you to the olive pit. Upon arriving at his barracks, Garuk was given immediate new assignment to find Fidget Honeybottom and was told that he was said to have been the cause of this recent murder of paladins in the streets. But luckily, since the one blaming him also mentioned some thing of a transforming lizard monster, the accusations were dismissed, and you seem to be in the clear for now. So you made your way to the rest of the group at the olive pit in hopes that you could find some help in Dalrin Bordeaux. So, the band has been playing quite loudly. The table has risen and sunken back into its alcove, and before you is a staircase that leads down.
Before we head down, Garuk is going to look at the rest of the party and whisper, by the way, they don't know it was us. I just got an assignment to investigate everything that just happened.
Understood.
Well, thank you.
I suppose we best proceed down these stairs.
Well, I mean, you can't go back.
Yeah.
It looks like, so.
I mean, it's
so much for our dinner plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's head down to the basement or
Yeah.
wherever this goes. Who's going first?
I guess I am. I got shot last time I went first.
That's true.
Look at you learning from your experiences.
Plus, I don't think there's a door to knock on, so.
No, it's already
not
open.
one that you can
It would
see.
be wholly unfulfilling for you.
These are stone stairs, and it does seem to be lit down where you're headed.
Good. I guess I'll lead the way.
Okay. So,
I'll go second.
I'll be in the middle.
All right.
I guess I'll go next.
I'm in the back. The caboose. The little baby caboose.
Okay, so you come down the stairs a bit of a ways, and you get to a hallway down at the bottom of the stairs. You look left and right, and it seems to be that left doesn't go back very far. There's just a wall. As you look right, you notice that down the right-hand side, every so often, there is another set of stairs. And then it starts to lead off to the right as you look down the hall to the right-hand side. You can't see any further around the bend.
I guess we'll go to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Off we go.
All right. So you make your way around, and you notice that as you come around the bend, it seems to extend further in a straight line, and then it seems to cut back around to the other side after a ways. But on your left-hand side, there is an opening like a hallway that seems to go straight ahead to the left as you're coming around the right-hand bend.
Do any of these, like staircases or offshoots, have any kind of markings that would indicate, like, some kind of sign to indicate where we are going?
Make an investigation check.
15.
It doesn't seem to be there. It's sandstone walls, carved brick sandstone walls that just lead through. There are iron ring sconce holders on the walls, and each of them has a lit torch in them that goes all the way down. But it doesn't seem like there's any marking or any arrows or any words or anything like that to indicate where you're headed or where you're supposed to go.
Well,
Is it just? It's just down a hallway.
yeah, down a hallway or down a different hallway.
Well, you're in the lead.
I guess we'll go right. As it seems.
I think that all the other stairs are probably the other booths, right?
Yeah, you'd think so.
So we would.
Boom,
wanna
yeah,
go
you're
the
probably
other
right. Maybe we
way.
should go the other way, and I'm just dumb. I don't know why you guys let me go in front.
Okay.
If I had any idea.
So
what
we
was
go
going on here, I'd be
left?
back
Yeah,
at my
let's try
mom's
left.
house.
Okay, so as you walk, you come around the bend to the right, and you make the left turn around. And as you do, you notice it goes in just a little ways, maybe 5 feet or so, and then it opens to a large round room
Oh, delicious.
that terminates at another hallway that happens to have a minotaur standing in it.
We should back
Statue
up.
or actual? Like, could we tell if it's alive or just a
Seems
statue?
to be an actual minotaur.
Oh shit.
Let's back up a little bit. Let's go the other way.
What?
Let's not be in here.
This seems very bad.
To the right of him, to your all's left, there are 3 wooden, almost kiosks, booths, tables with an overhead and a plaque where there would be maybe like a sign that would say something on it, but there's nothing written there. It's just 3 wooden kiosks.
Okay, so we've got a minotaur and 3 wooden kiosks.
And we just kind of walked in here, so he definitely sees us.
He does.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's not charging
I'm
us. so
just
it's
gonna.
probably
I'm gonna
okay.
wave to the Minotaur.
He waves back.
Huh.
That seems okay.
Yeah, this seems promising. Okay. How far away is he?
The room's pretty big. He's probably, let's see, probably 30, 35 feet from me, something like that.
Maybe he's on the staff.
Maybe he works here.
It's the chef.
I don't see a staff.
Uh,
I don't think he's a wizard.
I'm gonna. God damn it. I'm gonna ask him if he knows where we can find Aerostrelin, since I think that's who we're here to see.
No.
No,
No.
we're here for Bordeaux.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, down in Bordeaux. God damn it, I have him written
Is
next
this
to
the
each
guy
other.
that gives us the wine?
Aerostrelin is your guy.
Yeah. He's the head of.
That could have been a fun
Whatever.
interaction.
Oh man.
I might not have slept much the last couple of days, so
Ah, we got you. We got you.
I am a potential liability.
Welcome to
good
me
times.
every single day.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to find Dalrin Bordeaux.
He looks at you and he says, "Place your weapons, any magical items that you could use to create attacks on the desk." He points to the kiosks next to it.
Oh, that makes sense.
This seems very reasonable.
Sure. Yeah.
I will cautiously approach, set my crossbow and mace on the table.
Okay. As you do, you notice that they start to float, and then they hover, and then they start to move down to the second kiosk, then they float below the kiosk, and they disappear. Not like disappear, but disappear from sight.
They're put away.
I'm gonna get those back, right?
Yes.
I'll take out the battle axe, the dagger, and the morning star, and
Okay.
set them on the thing.
And then the same thing happens as just shortly after they hit the kiosk, they start to float up into the air. They go back, they go under into a couple of different of the kiosks, and they get put away.
All right.
I'm gonna follow suit and put all my weapons. I'm gonna put also my frog.
The frog.
Because technically,
Okay.
What's your frog's
Alright,
name again?
Gillian.
That's fine, Gillian.
He's gonna float for a minute. It's fine.
So you set the frog down, and it starts to lift into the air, and suddenly it jumps.
Like out of the air?
Yeah, like back onto the kiosk, and then back down onto the floor, and it hops next to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Gillian ain't going. He doesn't like that.
He has weapons statistics, which is why I put him down.
Well, he's chilling. He's fine, I guess.
I guess.
I guess I'll put my circlet of blasting and my dagger, because I'm pretty sure that's all I have,
Okay.
down.
Put all my weapons there and just kind of look at the bag of holding and hold on to it.
Okay. All right. So, are any of you trying to conceal anything or take anything in?
No.
I mean, the bag of not the bag of holding, because that
Well, it has something in it.
that doesn't that's not necessarily what I mean. Like, do you have a weapon on you that's already sheathed that you're going to try and tuck in a pocket or something
No,
like that?
no.
Because the bag is just your bag.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I'm dropping everything but the bag.
Okay.
Noted. Dirty dog.
Sketchy.
He looks you all over and says, "Everything will be returned when you leave. Enter." He steps aside and points his hand.
Alrighty.
As you all pass by him, you all notice this guy's probably somewhere around 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that's like
How tall are
3
the
of me.
ceilings down here?
About 10 to 12 feet.
So we're pretty far down.
Pretty far down. You went down the stairs for a little bit.
So we're in a cave system underneath the city
seems to
somewhere,
be-
tunnels or something.
Make an investigation check.
We sure could use a dwarf right now.
Right. So that's raw. That's a 13.
13. It seems to be man-made.
Okay.
It seems to be purposefully built this way.
Good.
So as you all
Can I see the player's handbook?
step through and go past, you enter out into a almost unimaginably large chamber now. There are stairs that lead down from the archway, large hallway you came from, and you are now looking down into a very large open room that sort of comes down into a pit shape with a large flat oval bottom, and directly in the middle of that large flat oval bottom is a ring. A fighting ring. One that looks a little familiar to you in design and
Yeah.
shape. And you maybe start to get the idea that
This might be where this is gonna happen.
it might be. There is a bar with plenty of people at it, tables all on one side. Straight across from you, there is a large viewing box that's attached up towards the roof of the structure, and off to the left seems to be what is like some sort of small building, maybe an office building or something like that, far off to the left. But there are people all over the place. There are people on workout equipment. There's also a small shop that's set up all along the back, where there are booths that are all along the back underneath the viewing box that seem to have various things for sale. Kind of hard to make out from here, but they are all staffed.
Okay. Okay.
They got like a little underground,
A little UFC action going on over here.
a whole underground like thieves guild going on down here or something.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go look at one of these little booths.
You're gonna walk across to the booth.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Aren't we here to see someone?
I don't see him, so we may as well see if we can't find him, by poking around a little bit.
I'm sure someone at one of the booths can probably point us in the right direction.
I mean,
So
it's
yeah.
about 100, 120 feet
oh shit,
to the
okay.
booths across to the other side. Just to give you an idea of how far
We'll see,
you'd
we
walk
might
and
see
how
him before
large
we
this
get there.
place is. Sort of like being in Lucas Oil Stadium,
Okay.
but much flatter.
Much flatter.
Much
Yeah,
flatter.
that makes
like the
sense.
seats don't go up as high, and
Well,
it's much
it's hard to
flatter.
hide an entire coliseum.
Yeah, you're underground,
so-
but it's huge. This
Okay.
place is big.
Okay. Gross. Well, in that case, we're gonna have to do something different because that's not necessarily. I don't want to go traipsing across the entire.
Is there any indication of where we might find Bordeaux?
I would say, yeah, you get the idea that if he's not out here amongst the crowd somewhere, that that slightly unidentified building to the left, that might be an office.
Yeah.
Maybe a good spot to look for him.
Yeah, let's head that way.
Makes most sense.
All right. So you all head down the stairs and you start to make your way over there, and you start to notice that the people in here are all different types, all sorts, of all walks of life. Some seemingly that maybe you had not thought of living amongst people. For example, Zilgrim. You happen to notice sitting at one of the tables over near the bar is a hobgoblin
Wow.
with a cloak and some armor
Fancy.
and a pretty decent looking sword hanging off of his hip.
Don't see that every day.
Uh-huh.
It's not fair. You have to keep his weapon.
So, you start to make your way through, and you can all feel eyes upon you as you are walking through this place. Every one of you are feeling a little out of place here, and maybe you're not so out of place, but a little uncomfortable with the amount of people that are here in this current situation, because it is a little more densely packed in here than maybe any of you would have thought.
Right.
So you definitely notice that you're being watched, and you do eventually make your way to the office building. And there is a door. It is shut.
That's your cue.
I'm so glad that we got somebody who's proficient in knocking.
Come in.
That's what I was waiting for.
I'm gonna open the door and step inside.
Hell yeah, works every time.
It's so efficient.
Guess I'm gonna follow.
I'm gonna follow.
Yeah.
So you step inside of the office building, and standing there in the foyer is the tiefling you remember, Dalrin Bordeaux. And he looks at you all and says, "Well, I take it you've been busy since we last saw each other."
Yeah. Yeah, we've been real busy.
We might have been doing some things.
Why don't you come in?
Yeah,
I would appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
So you all step into the office of Dalrin Bordeaux, and I assume shut the door behind you. And
It's only courteous.
he leads you into a small sitting area that has a bench under a window that could seat a couple of you, a couple of chairs. There's a fireplace and a couple of bookshelves in there. It seems to be like a library or a study or something like that.
Alright.
And he sits down and he says, "Please, have a seat."
I'll sit.
All sit?
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to assume you're here for work. I'm not going to assume you're here for anything. I don't assume.
Well,
You're all here
we are all
because
here.
you're responsible for the murders of those paladins, aren't you?
No.
No, of course.
When have you ever known us to murder anybody?
You don't seem like the type.
I'm just
Yeah, why would I murder my own paladins?
You, though. You're the one I'm curious about. Why you?
Why me? What?
Well, I mean, I understand. You, I get you, I get you, I get fine, you, I get. But you're a paladin. But how? I have several questions following this, but the first and foremost, why?
Why what?
Okay, kill him. And suddenly some guards start coming in from either side, and he says, "You'll have to forgive me, but you're one of them. I don't think I can trust you. And now that you've seen this place, I'm going to have to get rid of you. You start cooperating here with me very soon. So, I'll ask one
just
more time.
Out of character, he was legit asking why what. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't understand what's like what he's actually asking.
Why did you kill your own?"
Oh. Well, the thing is, I don't like bullies. I don't like those who fight without honor, without glory. And I definitely don't like those who only fight to take things from others.
You might not like it here, then. He waves his hand, and the other two guards go back to where they were. He says, "So, you need help."
Yeah, I think we need a way out of the city.
We need to get to the Rind as quickly and quietly as possible.
To the Rind.
Hopefully. That was what we were hoping.
That would be my suggestion for a hideout for a while.
It worked for you for a little bit.
Well, for a little bit.
Yeah.
That. I'll tell you about that someday. I'll tell you what. You come back and work for me, and I'll tell you what I was doing there, why I wasn't here, and how you all did me a favor.
Yeah, I'd love to hear
That
about
sounds
it.
like a great story. I'd love to hear it when the heat dies down.
But in the meantime,
A scotch or two.
you need to get to the Rind, and you need the heat off of your backs.
Well, what might help with that is any information you might have on where Fidget Honeybottom? Was that his name?
Yeah.
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 Might have happened to run off to.
Fidget.
Yes.
Oh, this is a stinky boy.
Why do you want to know where Fidget went?
I'm on his mailing list.
Yeah.
The perfect answer.
I'm gonna hold up
I
my
mean,
frog for
like-
emphasis.
Why were we so worried about Fidget anyway?
Because I wanna be a great tinkerer.
Make a persuasion check.
Which one is that?
D20.
D20.
Yeah.
And then your charisma. It'll be on your first page.
Okay, my first page. Ah. Eight.
He says, if you're on the mailing list, it doesn't matter where he goes, as long as you don't go anywhere.
But
Well,
my address has been changing a lot recently.
You
so,
should have thought
you
of
know.
that then. You
Probably.
left him with a change of address. I can't help you. I'm not the mail service.
Alright. I'm going to explain to him, like, basically everything that just happened. Like, from the time that we left Fidget's after the incident with the other paladins. Up to
Okay.
now.
So you're gonna tell him about the gun?
No. I'm.
Okay.
The gun wasn't a part of after the paladins and now.
You mean once we got
That
back
happened
into
before.
the Fidget's building?
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Between-
So between
between
the paladins
us-
and now, you got told to go look for Fidget. That was the only thing that happened.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Oh,
telling him.
so you're gonna tell it? All right. Okay.
Like-
Oh, you're telling him that it's your
So
job.
he's gonna. Okay. So
Yeah.
So you are willing to murder your own, but you're still going to follow orders.
For now.
You are an interestingly conflicted individual. I don't think I'll be telling you where Fidget Honeybottom has gone, considering, well, I don't know you. I especially don't know you. And I don't trust any of you. Why should I?
Is he in good health, though? He seems like such a nice little guy. I worry about him.
Wherever he is, I'm sure he's fine. Fidget is resourceful.
He looked very resilient.
Yeah. He's an interesting old man. But nevertheless, you all need to get to the Rind.
Indeed.
I can get you to the Rind. And I might even be able to do something about getting some of this heat off of you.
Hey, that would be really helpful.
But
There's always a but.
There it is.
There's always a but.
I was serious about you knowing where I am being a problem.
No, you don't have to worry about anything from us.
No, I don't, because you are all going to receive a tattoo. A fun little way for me to keep track of you, no matter where you are. As long as you are within 500 miles of this continent, I'll know.
Okay.
Well,
So if you snitch and you run, I will find you.
Hey, you got nothing to worry about for me. We'll just add it to the collection and move on.
I was about to say, this will be my first one. 'Cause I put it on like the back of my ear so my parents don't see.
It's not a good spot for your parents to not see it.
We can put it wherever you'd like. Actually, she can. And in walks a woman that makes you go cold. Because you instantly recognize her.
Oh, it's her.
Completely tan, bald, and covered head to toe in runic tattoos.
Ooh.
And as she steps into the room, she looks at you and says, "Hello, Gorna. Good to see you again." Dalrin looks up at her and looks over at you and says, "You're Gorna.
The very same.
You're in my fight."
That's the plan anyway.
Well, it's wonderful to meet you. I'm sorry you have to leave so suddenly. Be back in 2 weeks.
Absolutely, wouldn't miss it.
Anyway,
Is this your tattoo artist?
No. Oh yeah, we found the secret layer of my tattoo artist.
Oh yes, the
She does ink tats, the coolest.
The gang
It's cool tats.
Fun episode.
The gang sets up an appointment and comes back a year later.
so you may all choose where you would like your tracking tattoo to be. Whether you'd like it to be visible or not visible. Doesn't matter. She can put it there for you.
Do
but
we get to
you-
pick from like some
does
flash,
this
or is it
work?
all the same?
It's all the same.
Is it magical?
It is magic.
So they just like know. They got like GPS.
Yep. As far as you can tell, that's how it was explained. You get a magical tattoo that
It's like a
tells
tracker.
them where you are.
Is that all it does?
As far as you know.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might as well.
It might be
It's
cool.
not like I have a choice.
I think
Not
it's-
much.
Sounds good.
You do get a choice of where it goes. She chimes in, but not how big.
Oh.
Oh, how big is it?
Big
However
enough.
big she
I was
decides.
gonna say like
Well, that kind of limits where we could put it.
You pick. Eye tattoo.
yeah, I was gonna say
Well-
it's really up to the artist.
All right, Moray, let's do this.
All right. So,
Let's go with we'll just do the thigh.
all of you mark down on your sheets where you have your fresh new tattoo.
Hell yeah.
Butt cheek.
But she,
No,
she'll do it. She'll do it.
I'm
She'll
not.
put it there.
I'm not gonna do butt cheek.
Does that go under features and traits?
That's where I'm
It
putting
can go
it.
wherever you would
you want.
like. It is now a feature.
You can't get rid of it. There's no laser removal. Well, there might be a magical spell that can remove it.
Magic laser removal. Yeah. It's the same thing. It's just fired out of a wand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ow.
Still just as painful.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, stinky boy.
And, oddly enough, so is this. Doesn't feel great. Burns a lot.
Burns a lot.
Burns a lot. It's not just exactly a tattoo. Feels a little bit like a brand. But
Ow.
once it does stop glowing, it does fade to black ink. And appears to be a normal tattoo.
Sweet. What do I owe you? This one for free.
She looks at you and says, "This one's on the house.
Thanks.
If you need another, I'm always available." She turns around and she leaves.
Big red flags.
I'm not sure that she's usually getting a lot of work down here in, you know, the underground.
No, the underground loves tats.
Not these kind.
Maybe not these.
Magical tattoos sounds pretty rad.
You do notice that the tattoo that you all have gotten is very similar to several of the ones that were on her. I haven't drawn it yet, so you don't get that yet. I'll do that later.
That's fair.
Look at my sick new tattoo. You can't see it.
Yeah, you can't see it
What's
yet.
on
Use your
it?
imagination.
Redacted.
So yeah, it's just blurry. It's just
Yeah, it's just
pixelated, so you
blurred
can't
out.
see it.
Censored.
So
Like Amy Wong's tattoo.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dalrin says, "Well, there you go. Now I know where you are.
Huh.
So you need a way out.
Is this a two-way communication or just a one-way?
Oh, you won't know where I am with this tattoo.
That's kind of how I figured. Never hurts to ask.
That's fair. Questions are good. Too many questions will get you killed.
Absolutely.
So, you need a way out. You need passage.
That is what we need.
Uh-huh.
I can provide those things.
How much?
We do need to wait until at least noon tomorrow.
Noon tomorrow.
I don't know about you. I'd like to get out of the city as quickly as
I'm not
possible.
leaving my weapons.
Oh. You've got weapons
Aha.
at a blacksmith in town?
You have
The
business in
enchanter.
town still.
Yes.
That's
Oh, right.
very unfortunate.
Pick them up on the way back.
I'm gonna have to go without it.
We could potentially arrange to have them brought to the Rhine if we could also have my donkeys and cart brought with it.
That sounds like a job for the folks over at the delivery company. Potentially.
Yeah, I was gonna say we might want to hire the delivery people.
I tell you what. Since I know at least one of you is coming back, Why don't you all come back? I will arrange for a pickup of your weapons, care for your donkey. We can even have them sent to you in the rind. But you all come back. And you all work for me. For a time.
Seems like good employment opportunity. Oh,
It
yeah.
does, doesn't it?
Definitely seems like secure employment opportunity.
We can always use members.
What kind of work?
Members of what?
What kind of work do you think you're gonna get at a place like this exactly?
Fucking catering.
Is it manual labor?
Actually, I could use someone to work in the restaurant. Are you any of sort of a cook?
He makes a he makes a
My
mean
eyes
squirrel
get
berry
big.
pie.
It's his time to shine.
Start talking about pie. Squirrelberry pie.
I kind of want to imagine
You got raspberries, blackberries,
That-
cranberries.
Oh.
that the two of us said that at the same time, like to Bordeaux.
Throw some grapes in there because he doesn't know those aren't berries.
That's amazing. How would you like to be my new head chef? No.
Fair enough.
That sounds terrifying.
That's what I said.
Everyone's entitled to feel how they feel.
That's right. And I feel that your skills will be best suited elsewhere. So,
More for me.
you all go to the rind. I will forward your things. I will take care of your donkey
And the mule.
and the mule
Takes two to pull the cart.
And the card.
and the cart.
Wow.
These are things I need to know. Specifics are good. They keep you alive. They keep you employed. They keep gold in your pocket. Specifics, please.
I think that's all of them.
It's all of mine.
I have none.
I have nothing.
I carry everything I need on my back.
Good.
So, a quick question before we head out. Since we are now going to be in your employ,
Mhm.
would you also be willing to help us?
I am
With certain
helping
things?
you.
Yeah, he's
Oh, no.
helping us kind of right
Not,
now.
not with this, like, just things at a later date. Would you be willing to also?
I never make promises without knowing what they are, and I promise you this, nothing is free. Not here, not anywhere.
Understood.
So, how soon do you need to leave?
Now would be good.
Oh.
Or, you know, as soon as
Or,
it's
you know.
convenient for you.
That would be a little more
Daybreak
doable.
or, you know, time to get things situated.
Well, all of you then, rest for now. Take it easy. I will have arrangements made for you in the morning.
Perfect.
All right.
And ask Kindness where your bunks are. He will show you where you can sleep.
Is that the
Which one is
large
kindness?
horned gentleman outside?
Yes, it is.
You
I
did
had a
seem very
feeling.
kind, actually.
He did seem very nice.
He's quite hospitable.
You think I could ride him?
Oh, don't take kindness for weakness.
There it is.
Wow.
There it is.
Wow. Wow.
Very good.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
But in the meantime, enjoy the facilities. There's workout equipment if you are interested. Someone's always itching for a fight. There are vendors in the back. Or if you're just tired, feel free to retire.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your hospitality and your assistance.
You're very welcome.
Everlasting kindness.
Now, go.
Fart in the wind, I'm out.
Yeah.
I want to be near this guy too often.
Alright, out into the Thieves' City.
Okay, out you go. And, yeah, it is a veritable small town going on down here.
Does this place have a name?
You didn't ask.
I didn't ask. That's true. It's probably best to not ask too many questions. That's what I heard.
Specifics like that at the very
Right,
least,
seems
you know?
like a thing. Maybe it comes later.
Like we don't need to know his middle name.
Can you tell me what this place is called into my lapel microphone?
Lean in.
Check. All right. So what was the name of this place? I guess I'm gonna.
Let's examine the vendor area.
I'm
I
scared to
suppose.
buy things because last time I bought something, the cops tried to steal it from me.
Fuck the cops.
I mean, that's kind of what we established.
Yeah. I
So
ate.
far.
I
Kind of figured
kind
that
of
was-
ate a cop. I
I
mean,
kind
I'm
of
not
figured that was the
kinda ate a
mentality
cop.
whenever we
worried
murdered
about
them.
it. All cops are delicious.
Rest in peace.
So these vendors.
As you approach, you can start to tell a little better what's going on over here, and it seems to be pretty standard fare. There seems to be someone who's got a couple of weapons that sit out on the front of the kiosk. There's someone who's got food that sits out on the kiosk. There's someone who's peddling jewelry. There is someone who has what seems to be clothing of different sorts. And there seems to be someone who has potions of a couple of kinds for sale.
Okay.
Other than that, not really too much down here.
All right. Well, it's been a night, and we didn't eat food. We just came to a restaurant.
It's true.
So I think I'm going to eat food.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
And then we can formulate other plans,
Okay.
such as finding where we sleep, and then maybe doing that.
Yeah, that sounds good. I like this plan.
I'm here for it.
Okay. So what are you planning on buying? What are you looking for? Just any food at all?
Are they selling like ingredients, or are they selling like pre-cooked like foods?
It seems to be when you approach, it seems to be breads, cheeses, cured meats, things that'll keep
Sure.
for a little
Okay.
while. Nothing that needs to be preserved, outside of what's already been done to it. And then definitely several different kinds of ingredients, herbs, spices, things like that are also available at this booth.
Okay. Well. Fuck it. I'll be Sally Homemaker today. We'll buy the stuff to whip up some sandwiches for the boys.
Fuck yeah.
It's been a long night.
Okay.
These fellers are hungry.
Okay, so all right. So are you buying loaves of bread, or what are you? How are you going to do
Oh,
this?
see, I know the way those two eat, so we're gonna need at least probably 3 loaves of bread.
3 loaves of bread. all right.
Easily.
All right.
Easily. 1, 2, 3.
That's
That
fair.
seems about right. That seems fine.
Yeah. Gonna make us some of them Scooby-Doo sandwiches.
Let me see here. We'll need probably. Well, see, the way we eat in real life, we'll probably need about 5 pounds of meat.
Okay, so you're going to be getting quite a bit from this
Yeah, we're gonna do it up. I
A
mean,
bit of everything.
we may be a hole in the ground, but that doesn't mean we have to sacrifice flavor or substance.
Okay. As you get it all together, the shopkeeper looks at you and says, "All right, wow, all right, 1.5 gold.
Easy, all day.
Cool, great." You hear him sigh as he sells it, and he kind of scratches his head. And he starts to close up shop.
I guess I just bought you a day off. There you go.
He bought me a lot of work.
Nah,
He gets ready to gear up, and he starts to pack up to leave, and he seems to be leaving.
Well, he
Excellent.
bought all his bread and meat.
That's all right.
That's fine.
Let me see
You get the
here.
idea he might be going to restock.
Yeah.
Yep. That's fine. We are too.
An
We're gonna go
honest meat
restock our
slinger.
bellies. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think we're gonna make some sandwiches.
Where are you
for
all
the
gonna?
boys.
Were you just gonna stand there?
No, we should probably find a little spot somewhere, maybe.
There are the tables and the entire bar that's on the other side of the right hand side of the.
No, she kick it at a table, maybe.
Yeah, we should kick it at a table because the bar, like you said earlier, at least it was earlier, was pretty populated.
Okay.
And the last thing I need is everybody to watch my sandwich alchemy and then, turn
It's
me
pretty
into
easy to find a table.
I want to be a sandwich artist for the rest of my career.
There's a big enough one, and as you sit down, a server does come up to you. Younger gentleman with black hair that's slicked back approaches the table and says, "Hey, what can I get for you?"
I don't know. How about you guys want wine? Wine?
Yes, please.
Wine?
Spiced wine. For me.
What? Wine?
Yeah, let's
Wine?
do that.
Anything to eat?
No, we got that taken care of.
All right. 5 wines. Be right back.
We're gonna get hammered. I need to forget.
And he comes back and he sets 5 wines down at the table. He says, "Y'all sure you don't need any food?"
No, we're all right.
All right. Let me know if you need anything else.
Wait. All right, I'm gonna sandwich craft while we have our little drinky poos. And
Okay.
so we got to get back to the Rhine. You need to speak to Port Authority. We need to lay low. Now, I do know for sure, though, that the apothecary, the couple there, he was talking about some issues that he was having with unwanted visitors. So there's at least one source of possible income while we're there. Hopefully.
All right.
So we've got that going for us,
Well, that's something.
which is nice. Got a mouthful of me right now. He's biting me with his little front teeth. He's such a bad guy.
Diz, can you grab me a Coca-Cola, please?
Let me see here. And then
Thank you so much.
you have to be back here within 2 weeks, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that buys us at least a week and a half in the Rhine to let things blow over a little bit. Thank God for hysteria. Or alleged hysteria at the very least.
Now, when do you have to go do your report and tell them that?
He didn't say. He just told me to find him and told me to get out.
Well, I
Did
mean,
he
if
tell
you
you where to start?
if you disappear for a week,
He's going to assume that I'm looking.
But if we come back empty-handed,
I could tell him that the leads didn't pan out. Like
seems
I'm
risky with the way they handle everything.
This seems to be a very heavy-handed organization.
Right.
Or that may be, in my opinion, as someone who has been under the hand of that organization.
Maybe we'll
Oh, yeah.
find something out in the Rhine.
maybe.
if that's where he recommended we go in the first place.
Nope.
Maybe he sent. Did he not?
Nope. He just told me to go find him.
No,
No.
I mean,
We're
Bordeaux
going to
said
the
that we should go
Rhine
to the
because
Rhine.
no. We're going to the Rhine because
He needs to talk to
he
Port
needs to
Authority
speak to Port Authority.
about the
Remember,
boat
he's
and
got
his
about
parents.
Right.
2 days to get back there.
He's got a vampire boat to catch.
Yeah, he's got a
Right.
vampire to catch. That's why we're going to the
Yeah,
Rhine.
nobody said anything about where Fidget is.
Yeah.
I know, but he said that he would have suggested we go there to let it blow over anyway. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah,
were in
yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah. Well,
So like maybe
we could have
that-
said we were
maybe
going
he-
anywhere.
Maybe he sends a lot of people that way.
hopefully.
Maybe it's blowover town. We just didn't know it when we were there.
I mean, it seemed like it kind
Kind of
of
looks like it's blowover town.
Start hanging out in the bilge.
Now we've got troubled past. So we can start hanging out down at the docks.
Yep.
I'm starting to feel like a bandit.
The term is murder hobo.
And in fairness, he kind of acted like one there for a minute.
Yeah. Technically, I wasn't going to murder anyone.
What did I
Technically.
do wrong?
You stabbed a guy in the neck.
You broke his knee.
Yeah, but I didn't stab him
He
in
was
the neck.
maimed, but still alive. It didn't seem much better, though. You're kind of right.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm the bad guy here, I guess. I'm the bandit.
I'm the
Bandit leader.
bandit.
Who's Smokey if you're the bandit? Let's do it.
I'm ready to leave this place.
Well,
Are those sandwiches ready?
yeah, absolutely.
Just ready.
I told you we're going to drink to forget tonight. Yeah, so I guess we'll eat, consume.
How many rounds of wine are you all having?
2.
Yeah.
2?
2 seems pretty
4.
reasonable.
4.
I'm also only gonna have 2.
I executed a person.
4 is what I'm talking about.
Do some inward reflection on that.
4 wines, please.
4 box wines, please.
4 box wines.
Slap a bag.
Jesus.
You know, if you put a little hole in the top of that bag and you click the little funnel, you've just got a wine bong, right?
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
bottle wine. Don't do it.
No,
good
just
times.
don't.
You will feel bad. And not good.
I
And
bonged a
not
bottle
good.
of white wine one time, and that was the most interesting
One time
party I
someone
wasn't
handed-
present for.
Someone handed me a beer bong one time with the hose folded, and I'd hit it, and it was cracking.
Yuck.
Ahoy, matey!
That's
Fuck that.
startling.
That's.
2, 2, 2, 2, and 4.
Yes.
That's assault, brother.
It's 12 in total.
All right, that's a lot.
He's little, too.
So you owe
Here it comes.
actually it's not that bad. It's let's see, 2 gold, 4 silver
Boom.
for the
I'll
wine.
throw the extra silver that I have in as a tip.
I'll throw a gold in.
I'll also throw gold in.
Okay, as you all kind of sloppily throw your gold onto the table and kind of grin and sway back and forth, you're feeling warm inside from all of the wine.
Yeah.
It's time to go ask.
And
Mr.
Finnegan is
Kindness.
feeling warm on the outside.
Ah,
where he
there
thinks
you
he's
perfect.
No.
Nice. Hey.
Sleepy time.
Hey, friendship.
Hey, French.
Sunshine.
Oh, that's him purring.
Hey,
Yeah.
Finnegan.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Make a Constitution saving.
Oh, no.
Just go ahead, just
It's
make
strong line.
Starts with
here.
Constitution and moves to Dexterity if things don't go well.
Hey. 11.
11. All right. As you're kind of stumbling, you lose footing a little bit,
Sorry.
and then you feel it kind of in your stomach, but
great.
then you go. Yeah. And you just keep on going.
Feel good.
So you all are seeking out kindness now. Finally,
Yes.
He
Kindness and shelter.
Kindness has not moved from his post. He is still up there at the top of the stairs.
Very good Minotaur.
He is facing facing away from the rest of the crowd, looking back down into the hallway.
Brilliant.
Good evening, Mr. Kindness.
Hello.
We were instructed to ask you where we're supposed to sleep.
Yes. So he points back over to the bar, and you notice that behind the bar there's a door. He says, "Through there. Beds."
Perfect.
Sounds great. Are our weapons gonna stay here for now? Alright, well have a good night.
He waves. Sleep tight.
I think that's going very well. I think we're making friends.
Yeah, we're making a friend. That's good. And so let's head to the door.
Okay, you make your way over behind the bar, and people are kind of eyeing you as you walk by still, because no one here knows who you are.
That's damn right.
They all watch you walk through the door, and when you go through the door, it leads to yet another hallway. Each of this hallway has doors all the way down it, and then it branches off on either side, and then it goes straight again, and it's got doors on either side, much like a hotel.
Cool.
You notice that as you're just kind of walking through, some of the doors are shut and some of them are open.
So I assume we just grab whichever ones are open.
Yep.
Yep, that seems
good to
pretty
me.
fair.
What's the open one look like inside?
I just closed the door already on one. Just
I
I don't even fall into.
It's
the bed.
pretty Spartan accommodations. This is, you can tell, kind of just where you go when you need to sleep. It is a private room, though. It's a single room.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll grab one and...
One bed, 1 foot locker.
Seems easy.
That's about
A
it.
little bunkhouse,
Hell
basically.
yeah. I guess I'll claim one nearish where
Yeah.
everybody can fit.
Okay.
Yeah, I assume we're going to try
Hopefully.
to grab a few near each other.
You can kind of. They're relatively spread out, though, and
If we get adjacent rooms, we
Kinda
can
dotted
open up the
around.
doors between the rooms.
So much more room for activities.
Yeah.
there are no adjacent doors. there are no
Nuts.
doors
real-
between rooms. I'm sorry.
Real lost that hotels really could. It would make Gen Con way more fun.
Yeah, it sucks that they don't really build hotels like that anymore.
Hey, next door neighbor, you want to get hammered and play this game I paid 60
Right.
bucks for? It'd make Gen Con real cool. Or real annoying.
Or real annoying. So yeah, you do all manage to find your own rooms, but they are kind of dotted apart from one another. They're not right next to each other or anything like that.
Sure.
And, they are pretty Spartan, a little cramped, but it is a secure room. The doors do have locks on the inside.
I'm
Well, I'm
definitely
gonna do
locking
that.
my door.
Yes.
But y'all don't trust these people?
I'm going to hide my butter bag.
I'd ask you where, but I don't want to know.
Oh, it's not there. I don't want it used against me.
Like I said,
Never ask a man where he keeps his butter
I'm
bag.
not going to ask you. So, you all managed to get as comfy as you can in this new place, and you are feeling maybe a little worried about your future prospects, and maybe running over some situations in your head about how they could have gone different, about how maybe you would have done them differently if just this thing would have happened, but
Yeah. Garuk is going to, before bed, attempt to commune with his god
okay.
about what path he should take to cleanse the corruption
How
in this temple.
How are you going to do that?
Going to take off my amulet, set it in front of me, and use it as a conduit to pray.
Okay. You pray through your amulet for a little while. And feel about the same when you're done. There's no heavenly divine answer or anything like that that comes.
Just like real religion.
But you do finish your prayer to your god. Anybody else want to do anything before they fade to sleep?
I want to take a look at my idol again.
Okay.
Just really stare into the eyes of it.
Okay.
Am I getting any? Does it seem different at all? Anything?
Just as you're sitting here in the room with it, not much. It's your idol. It's the same idol. You get, that warm, fuzzy feeling inside when you look at it. It feels good to hold.
Just
But
something happened.
You focus on it for a little bit, though. And you start to wonder, how long have I been looking at my idol? But you don't stop staring. You're just really focused and honed in on it. And then suddenly you sort of get tunnel vision and everything around you kind of starts to fade as you're looking at your idol. And then suddenly you think you can feel it, not just in your hand, but almost everywhere. And it shocks you. It kind of startles you. You feel it more than you've ever than you did just a minute ago, and you kind of shake your head, and it's just your idol.
Put it back in my bag and in the footlocker, and we're gonna go to sleep.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm gonna reach into my bag and I'm going to pull out a now very old and probably quite stale sweet roll.
Oh.
I'm gonna sit on the foot of my bed.
It's
horrid, I guarantee.
It's very stale.
And I'm gonna pick at it a little bit, I'm gonna nibble on it a little bit, and I'm gonna think a lot about home. And a lot about how this would not have happened there.
No.
Things are very different than what I thought was going to be the situation.
Your mother and father sent you on a vacation that they thought you deserved because you had been working hard for it.
I was a good boy, goddammit.
And, they were just happy to give a gift to their son who wanted to travel. And you've definitely traveled.
Oh, I've traveled.
And you've definitely had experiences.
I've seen things.
And for better or for worse, you are here now, in this den, living with your choices.
Yeah.
But living nonetheless.
And then...
and then trance. yeah, glazed eyes, mouth agape, and getting very dry. It's like 4 hours of that, right?
Yeah, it's several.
I like to imagine that he just posts up facing the door and does this.
Absolutely.
That way, if anybody opens the door, that's all they see.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, even if they come in stealth, it should startle them.
Yeah.
The fuck? There you are! You little bastard.
Is it anyone else doing anything or just passing out?
I'm just going to bed.
Yeah, I'm just going to bed.
Okay.
I'm really going to bed.
You're all exhausted.
Absolutely.
And sleep comes quick. Resting meditation for you in your case, but it comes very quick. Guru. You find yourself no longer asleep, but instead you are lying in a field. A large, open field. The grass around you seems to be dull in color, and overhead there are clouds you can see them lighting up. You can hear thunder roar across the landscape. It shakes the ground that you're lying on. Again, flashes of light. And a lightning strike very close to you. It shakes the ground again that you're laying on, and it lights up the whole area. Then it begins to fade. The clouds. But less so this time. And the grass itself seems to be almost losing color. Fewer flashes. The clouds start to dissipate. You hear thunder off in the distance. As the clouds give way to what would be sky, there are no stars. You suddenly notice the grass around you starts to lose all color and become gray. Then it begins to lose shape. As you are now laying in a plain of black and gray, suddenly, chains from out of the abyss, seeming to lock into the ground next to you. Same on the other side, chains as large as ships, streaking across the sky now, and swirling and encompassing you, and you hear a voice. How badly do you want them to suffer? Suddenly another chain crashes next to you. Bend them to your will. Teach them to be what you want them to be. Another chain hits very close, and it actually moves you across this gray, shapeless plain as it hits very close to you. Use your rage. Delve deep. Break their bones. Suddenly you get flashes of that guard tied to that toilet. You can see now your face from his perspective as you swing your morning star, and as it hits you where you think you'd feel pain, you don't, but you instead feel the morning star in your hand, and you feel strong. You feel very strong. You feel almost impossibly strong. And you rear back and you swing again. And this time when you swing, you hit. You go straight through both legs. And it all seems to sort of shatter into reflective mirrors that spin and spin and spin, each one of them showing your face over and over and over again, in a rage that you've never felt before, in a power that is overwhelming you. And you wake up. And suddenly it's time to get up, because you're not going back to sleep after that. For the rest of you, sleep comes easy.
That's the first.
And so does the waking.
Alright. Wake up
What
in a
would you all like to
strange
do?
place.
Well, I guess I'll get out of bed and get ready. I wasn't exactly super relaxed in here.
Right.
I don't have my backpack on.
That's fair.
Boots are at the foot of the bed,
That's
you know,
fair.
sort of thing.
It doesn't seem, I mean, you seem to have been fine. No one kicked your door in the middle of the night or anything.
Yeah, it's just a strange place, you know. Always kind of hard to sleep there the first night or two.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about biscuits and ham and coffee from the goat. The only building in the entirety of the Rhine.
The only building in the Rhine. The Ivory Goat. The only
It's
one
gonna be
that
nice to
exists.
go back there.
To see the one building.
The one building.
It's a small town, incredibly small.
So, I assume you all wake up and head out to the bar area to maybe find something to eat this morning.
Yeah.
Or drink.
Or drink, maybe both.
Let's just go with eat.
Finnegan, Make a Constitution saving throw.
How are you?
You drank a lot of wine last night. How you feeling, bud?
12.
You're all right. You're all right. You feel like you got lucky with this one, but you're feeling
for
all
like-
right.
For just like a minute or two, I'm
You-
just like, and then it like the gas bubbles settle.
Yeah. Yes. No room spins. You don't have to shut one eye or anything like that. You're feeling okay.
It's either a fart or a shit, and the answer either way is going to ruin my day.
Yeah. But you're definitely hungry now. You're gonna need
Yeah.
something to soak up all that. So you all make your way out to the bar, and it is they are serving food and they are serving drinks.
Coffee and food.
Coffee and food. You sit at a table, and now a different server approaches this time. Actually, it is a. Excuse me.
A heart attack.
Yeah, it's a heart
no
attack.
excuse for you.
There's none. Sorry. It's another tiefling. Man, black hair, red tiefling, who approaches the table and says, "Can I get anything for you?"
Some breakfast, please.
Breakfast and coffee.
Breakfast and coffee. Very
Same.
good. I'll be back. He leaves off and he comes back with the breakfast, and it's pretty simple. It's eggs, it's sausages,
It's
and
my favorite.
the coffee is very dark, and you could almost stand a spoon in it.
My favorite.
Delightful.
So he sets it all down in front of you, and he says, "Enjoy."
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then I enjoyed it.
And then I
I
enjoy
enjoy
it.
it.
It's all right. I mean, it'll do. It's not exactly flavored all too well. It's not the crux of taste here at in this underground area. You get the idea that they don't serve the same food down here that they do upstairs. Having eaten here once before.
That would make sense.
Yeah. So, you all eat, and as you're sitting there, you are approached by Dalrin, who sits down at your table with you. He says, "All right, I have made arrangements. We will take an exit to the harbor. You will all be getting on a ship that will be leaving from here and going to the Rhine to drop you all off."
Ooh, by shit.
You seem thrilled.
Yeah.
His natural habitat is a ship.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Born for the sea.
You all will.
Such enthusiasm.
You all should enjoy your time on this ship. It won't be a very long trip, but the captain is a wonderful man. His name is Orstrom. I think you all will get along very well.
I bet we will.
Now, if you're all ready to go, we can head out now.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go. I
Wonderful.
don't want to keep all the Steve waiting.
Right.
Wonderful.
The gray paste.
Let's go then.
Let's go.
And he gets up from the table and he begins to lead you all back towards his office. And we're going to take a break right there. All right, so you all are now being led by Dalrin Bordeaux back towards his office after... Oh my goodness. That escalated quickly.
It really did.
So after being told that you are getting ready to get on a ship again, maybe not Finnegan's most pleasant thing to hear, but at least it's a ship you already know.
Do you not like boats, little buddy?
I love them.
Is that so?
Wait, no, I hate them.
Wait, no.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get
So
those
much
two
more
confused
sense.
sometimes.
not a fan.
What are you doing, Percy? Ow.
There goes Gillian.
He did that the most graceful way that
Yeah, I
he
was
could.
gonna say that was. So,
I'm just glad you
cats
didn't
are
go
so
through the
mysterious
camera.
and
Me too.
graceful. It's really just watching the move is like music.
Elegant.
Fluid like water.
Percy's music like a tuba.
It's like a stomp concert.
So he goes to lead you back towards his office, and then as he starts to step around the office instead, and you're being led around to an interesting looking circular grated hatch that is often to the left of his office building, and he walks up to a latch and he flips it, and he opens it up and he says, "After you." I'm kidding. Don't go in there just yet. You have no idea where you're going.
I was gonna do it.
I was gonna do it.
Just go on into this hatch.
Look, I just
Not
want to get
even
away
knowing.
from here.
He says, you all are so very, very trusting. Now,
It's amazing we've made it this far.
Honestly, it is.
you will need a map. However, I can't let you keep the map. So unfortunately, one of you is going to have to get another tattoo. This one is much more temporary.
We can't put it on paper?
No, not this one.
Oh.
Is it a map tattoo?
It is.
A map too, if you
You
will.
will be given directions tattooed upon you, and by the time you reach the end, if you have followed the directions, the map will have faded. It will be like it was never there.
Oh.
We should put it on one of the people we can pick up to look at them.
See, I was thinking the opposite. I was thinking
Somebody
more
bigger,
detailed
you
map
can
with
see it.
bigger space.
Yeah, pick a big person.
You could draw straws or something like that.
Gordon's
Well,
already covered
I
in
don't have
like
any
scale
pencils.
tattoos, so I don't know how
only
many
on my
more.
arms.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a bodysuit.
No.
I'll do it. It's not the worst thing I've
Just two
volunteered for.
sleeves.
Oh, I was going to volunteer, but go ahead.
All right, very good.
Well, you should have
You wear
volunteered
armor
faster.
all
Yeah.
the time.
You
So,
volunteer
where
better
would you
than
like
me.
this temporary tattoo?
Tip tap.
I don't like the way you said temporary. It's
Let's
so-
Incredibly temporary.
yeah.
I guess let's put it.
Won't
on,
even leave a mark.
Let's put it down my forearm.
Good choice.
That way we can check the map.
And then the same woman that tattooed you all earlier steps up through your group. She has been trailing you this entire time, and pushes up through to you, and she grabs your wrist and she waves her hand across your forearm, and you feel the same burning
Good.
As the
She's
map-
much less heavy-handed when it's for a pleasure tattoo.
as the map. It
Fantastic.
feels great. You notice it glows.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
It does. It glows kind of with a radiant brightness.
So we can read it in the dark.
So you can read it in the dark. It is laid out in hash marks. You notice, and there are left and right turns, straights, and that seems to be laid out readably. And as she finishes, she says, "Each dot is 5 feet."
Good. Thank you.
Convenient.
He says, "There. Now, like I said, follow the map. It will be gone by the time you are out."
Brilliant.
I'm gonna
Is
grab his
there-
arm right on
Oh.
the freshly branded map and be like, "I want to see," and like grab it.
Just touching the raw meat.
It doesn't hurt.
Oh, good. That's
Magic
helpful.
tattoos.
But it is bright.
I'm gonna look at Bordeaux and ask, is there a possibility of this fading before we get out?
Yes. I'd hurry.
Well, shit.
I'm on
Let's
my
go.
way.
Alright, off we go.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Thanks for all your assistance.
And remember to come back.
Oh, yes.
Oh, we'll be back.
Definitely.
Definitely be back.
All right. You all leave, and he shuts the large round door behind you and locks it.
Oh,
Good thing I can see in the dark.
yeah. It's a good thing we can all see in the dark.
Well, luckily
Yeah.
enough,
There's a glowing tattoo.
There's a radiant glowing tattoo on the forearm of your wizard friend, who happens to wear large sleeves.
He has a very glowy sleeve.
Yes, yes.
It's like a funnel of light.
Someone flipped their pocket inside out.
Can I just pick you up on the back of the cloak and carry you like luggage?
I couldn't stop you.
Just strangle him? Just
Okay, so-
entangle him from the neck hole?
I assume that you'll be leading the party since you have the map tattooed to you.
Yeah, take
It seems like the most
You're like Rudolph.
reasonable.
And you were told how to read the map, so I'm going to say make an intelligence check.
Oh yeah, we're getting lost.
Well,
Be intelligent.
thank
Well,
fucking Christ
yeah,
I
I
get
was
my
about to say,
proficiency
y'all
on
are
that.
pretty lucky that the wizard got this tattoo.
21.
Nice.
Yeah, all right, cool, sure.
Good
yeah,
job.
you get it. You're pretty confident. You're like, oh, this makes perfect sense looking at it. Every 5 feet, yeah, okay, cool.
I'm glad that roleplay me gets to be confident, because real life me, every time I feel too confident, like the wheel falls off of my car or some silly shit like that.
Ain't that a bitch?
So is my life.
And as you're walking, you're starting to notice that every now and again, as you're weaving through these dark tunnels, overhead, there is a little bit of light every now and again, almost through like a pinhole. And make a perception check.
I'm alright at that one, too. 16.
You realize these are manhole covers.
Manhole covers that look like pinholes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
there's a
the one
large
hole.
manhole with a small little
Okay,
pinhole
okay.
with a small hole in the middle of it that is allowing light to come through.
Okay.
So we're in the poopy tube.
You seem to be in the sewers underneath the city.
Well, we knew there was a sewer system, so...
Yeah.
And we went down, and we didn't go back up before we left, so there's only so many guesses. Most of them involve dodging turds on your way downtown.
That's fair. Yeah, and this is where you are. So you continue to make your way through the sewers under the city. You follow the map very well to its to where it's laid out. Luckily enough, because it is quite a large maze of lefts and rights and twists and turns. It is an intricate system down here.
I'd imagine.
You do make it to your destination as well, which seems to be another hole in the side of the tunnel that you are in, which seems to be a man-made, that leads to another cage similar to the one that you entered from, and as you look out around the cave, it seems to be that there's sort of kind of like a rocky, almost cliffside out and around, and sand out in front of it.
Kind of like we dumped ourselves off on the beach.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Okay. I'm fine with that. Fun and sun, baby.
So
Fun in the sun.
Alright.
you grab hold of the gate. It is unlocked. There seems to be no lock on it at all. It has rusted away a long time ago. Push and the gate squeaks open with a little bit of resistance, but it does let you out into what is sort of a small alcove that is rocky on most sides. The water is about 15-20 feet ahead in front of you, and there seems to be a small bit of beach, very small, like maybe 2-3 feet of beach, very narrow, just big enough to walk through, a path that leads back around to the right hand side of the rocks where you are at.
Brilliant.
Well, now that we're out in daylight, I can set the halfling down.
You all could see the whole time.
That makes it funnier.
That's fine. And,
I've lost all my dignity.
lost all my dignity.
There it goes. Bye, dignity.
I am a
My
backpack
dignity.
wearing a backpack.
Alrighty. Well, I guess, yeah, we take the path and
Okay.
see where we're at the top of it.
You squeeze your way around, and as the water laps at your feet, you can start to hear conversation off in the distance. And as you get to a small footpath that seems to travel up between the rocks, you can peer around to the other side, and you can just start to see docks.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, we're looking for a boat.
I was
Those
gonna say,
look like
I think,
docks.
I
A
think
boat
we
we've seen
know
before.
what boat we're looking for.
I'm pretty sure we know exactly what boat we're looking for. Probably a fellow with white hair and blue coat and
He's trapped with
very
just,
fancy lantern.
He'll just be staring.
Yeah, I do that too sometimes, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So, from where you are down on the beach. Peering around the last set of rocks, you can see the docks. They are quite a ways away, and you would have to swim the rest of the way to get there. Alternatively, now in front of you, there is a small footpath that leads up between the rocks and onto a path higher up.
Yeah, I'm doing the not swim one.
Okay.
Yeah, no swimming.
No swimming. No swimming. Fair enough.
I got one pair of drawers, and I'm not trying to chafe.
I didn't assume you were wearing any drawers, but
It's just a support.
okay,
You know.
all right. No, that's fair. That's fair. So yeah, you
A lot of crawling around happens out here.
you start to make your way up the footpath, and as you get a little higher up, you're kind of in the into the brush and the real stringy bits of vegetation that grow around the outsides of the beach area in Galen. You do find, though, that you are on a path now that is just a footpath that seems to take you out to a small paved walkway quite a distance out, and it seems to be relatively untraveled.
Okay. Well, if that one is relatively untraveled, it seems like it's probably being used only by people who are sneaking around.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do the sneaky part.
Okay.
Not necessarily sneaking, but the path of the sneaker.
So you have found yourself on a walking path. It's a paved walking path that you seem to be in something that is somewhat akin to just a park.
Okay.
That seems to be just outside of the dock area of Galen.
Excellent. So we went the right way.
Yeah, and you know, if you the path goes left or right, left would take you back towards the docks. Right would take you further into the park. So I assume you all will go left.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to go
Make
left.
your way towards. So as you come out from the vegetation, you realize that you are on top of a hill, and as you come out, you can see over a good portion of the docks and a good chunk of that area of Galen.
Nice.
Can we see the ship from here?
Make a perception check. Three. It's hard. The ships kind of look a lot alike, and you spend a lot of time avoiding them purposefully.
That's true.
So, like, it could be any of them down there.
What was the name of Orstrom's ship?
Breaching Marrow.
Breaching Marrow.
That's
I'll
it.
never forget that
Well,
name. It's the ship that changed my life forever.
Yeah. I mean, I was on it for a while. It certainly was a boat.
It's a boat. It's a big boat.
They get up really early and work really hard.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Were we on the same voyage?
We
Yeah.
were on the same
Yeah.
voyage.
He paid for his ticket, though.
Doesn't sound like we were on the same
We were
voyage.
absolutely on the same voyage, and I strictly do not remember any labor at all. There was that little scuffle on the deck that one night, but other than
Oh,
that,
you're right, the Sagan attack.
must be nice to have parents.
Technically,
Like,
we
who are
all
you,
had.
Batman?
Nah, he doesn't brood enough to be Batman.
Must be nice.
Yeah, I'm nowhere near smart enough.
Or rich enough.
I don't remember Batman 86 in anybody either.
That was before he had the
Hey,
code.
Flashpoint Batman.
Alright, you do got me there. I did forget that one.
He be
arc.
murdering.
Well, I mean, how do you get rid of murderers?
If someone tries to kill you, you kill them right back.
And do it better than they are.
So you continue to make your way down to the docks, and you begin to notice that the guards are still on high alert. Patrols have been beefed up around the city. They are stationed in far more places than they used to be.
Absolutely.
So you now have to find Orstrom in the Breaching Marrow. The docks are pretty big.
Someone tall should.
Yeah. Could I roll an investigation to see if I can find the ship?
Yeah, you see if you take a look around, see if it's anywhere
What
near
if we
you.
hold the gnome up? Like over everybody.
What if you hold me up and I hold the gnome up?
15?
15. You look around and none of the ships in the immediate area that you can see, you get a good look at them. None of them are Orstrom ship. You don't recognize them.
Not here, guys. Head further down.
You guys are on the north end of the docks at the moment, at the far end. So you'll have to head south now down the
Alright.
docks to look for.
That's alright.
Continue
For the
to
ship.
look for the ship. Yeah.
Say everybody go ahead and make a perception check. We'll do this as a group total.
15.
12.
13.
18.
21.
21. You make it a little ways further down the dock, and still you're confident none of these are Orstrom ship. You don't see him. You don't see his ship. You're definitely not recognizing him. You're pretty thorough, but you don't see it yet.
Guess we'll have to just proceed further south.
Right.
It seems
We
like
gotta
the
keep
plan.
going
Walk
until
until
we
we see
find
it.
it.
Okay, everybody go ahead and make another perception check.
Nat 20.
Dirty 20.
19.
22.
9.
This time, you do actually manage to see his ship. It's exactly the way you remember it, and he is standing.
That's a good sign for a ship.
And he is standing on the dock, pretty much exactly the way you remember him standing in the Rhine a couple of months ago. Or I'm sorry, in Port de Mali a couple of months ago.
I was supposed to have been home a long time ago.
It's been many weeks.
Well, we should talk to Orstrom and get on this ship and hope for getting out of here as soon as possible.
Absolutely. Is he free to approach?
He's standing there looking into the distance expectantly as always, as you remember seeing him in Port de Mali.
Guards?
They are stationed, but they are not surrounding him or anything. There are just quite a bit of them currently on the docks and stationed throughout the city.
Okay. They're not patrolling anywhere near him. We can just go talk to him.
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright, cool. Captain Orstrom, I presume.
He says, "You again?
Us again.
Us again.
Really?
We are the people that Dalrin...
Yeah. Get on the boat."
On we go.
I'm just gonna shuffle past him quickly.
See you at first spell.
For all the... Oh, my God. All right. And he just follows you all up onto the boat, and he says, "You all know what to do."
We do.
And he says, "All right," and he starts shouting orders, and his crew starts to unlash the boat, and you all are now leaving port.
Whoa.
to the Rhine.
Ooh, indeed.
Bon voyage.
Back to the Rhine.
Back to the goat. For our discount. Still stands.
Oh, right.
We got a discount, you remember?
I
Why
did.
would we ever go to any other buildings?
All other buildings are imaginary.
I don't see no general store giving me a discount.
So,
No discount, no existence.
Orstrom informs you that sailing around the Horn to the Rhine will take the better part of a full day.
Okay.
We left early, but it'll be early tomorrow morning by the time we get there. Late night.
Oh.
Excellent.
So, prepare for a journey.
Is it good we're going to show up at night?
It'll be alright.
Is it good that we show up at night? Might give us a chance to investigate the boat that we're supposed to investigate. Maybe.
Because he's still not due until later that afternoon, so as long as we get there tonight and we can handle his stuff tomorrow, we should be fine.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
It'd probably be better for us that we arrive at night. The cover of darkness.
Off we go.
Off you go. So, it's going to be the better part of a day back to the Rhine. I want one of you to roll me a d20. Just roll a d20.
17.
17. Now roll a d6.
4.
4. The weather is calm. The sailing is smooth. You seem to be running into no issues. The first leg of your journey goes pretty well.
Hell yeah.
That afternoon, when you all are around in the mess eating, Orstrom comes over to your table and he says, "All right, what are y'all doing here? I picked you up from Port Damali, all from different places. I brought you down here. Now you're back on my boat, but not when you said you'd be.
We've
Well,
had some times.
Yeah, you don't say.
well, it turned out we were all headed to the same place, so we thought we'd travel together.
Convenient.
It sure was.
Look, I ain't a saint. I know who I'm dealing with. You all know who I picked you up from. But my point still stands. I don't know any of you all.
Fair enough. Seems completely reasonable under the given circumstances.
You all gonna make problems on my ship?
Absolutely not.
No.
Oh goodness, no.
Am I gonna be asked questions? Does anyone recognize your faces? Is there anywhere I need to avoid?
Not that we would know of.
Not outside of Galen.
Alright. Well, that's all I need to know. He just sits there and he starts to eat his food.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you eat his food?
Goop.
It's a power move.
It's bold.
Stabs you in the hand with his fork.
Also a power move. We're just two 80s guys living in an 80s world.
Oh no.
Shoulder pads. Don't spit.
I almost did.
I'm picturing your character in a whole new fashion.
Oh no, my bonitis.
Oh, bonitis. My only regret is that I have bonitis.
Alright. So, the second leg of your journey all takes place at night.
We have an amazing track record of boats at night.
Boats at night, good times every time.
You do. So, I need someone else now, or Patrick again if you want, to roll me a d20.
I did the first one and didn't screw up, so I'm done.
19.
19. I need you to roll a d6 for me as well.
3.
3. Waters are calm. Winds are blowing steady. I need everyone to make a perception check.
Well, 14.
8.
Dirty 20.
11.
16.
6. Oh, and Borstrom needs to make one as well. Some of you notice there is another ship behind you. It's been back there for a good leg of the journey.
Is Orstrom part of the sum of us?
He is.
Should we be worried about that, Orstrom?
Not yet.
You know we'll work.
We'll see.
We did get our stuff back, right?
What stuff?
Weapons.
Our weapons and stuff from
The kiosk.
Bordeaux's.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I just wanted to double tap because we
whenever
didn't
we-
say specifically we went and retrieved it.
yeah, we can assume that you all were given everything back before you left.
Yeah, I was about to say that would have been part of our parting package. I hope.
Right, yeah. You all got your things, and then you got a tattoo.
Hell yeah, because if I run out of spell slots, I need to use these fists of face obliteration.
So, a few hours go by. The ship's still back there. Another hour goes by, the ship's still back there. It's not gaining on you. It's not losing any distance either, though.
Persistent.
Could just be somebody on the same route as us.
Well, it could be, but it hardly ever is.
Yeah, we're not that lucky.
So, another hour passes. Orstrom says, alright. This is when we might have to worry. He starts to turn off. Turns to port. The ship begins to list to the left as you all make your way finally now around the horn to the Rhine. And the ship seems to keep sailing straight on.
It's probably a good sign.
He says, alright, they're headed to one of the northern islands. Don't think we have to worry. I don't think. So, you all continue to sail on into the night, into the wee hours of the morning, when you can finally start to see the light from the docks of the Rhine.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
You pull up to the docks. It is late. You are all very tired. Orstrom finishes giving out some orders and he says, right then, I'm going to have a drink and go to bed. Good luck with all this. And he stumbles off the boat and he heads straight for the bilge.
That's my captain.
Gotta love that guy.
Well,
Oh, now that we're in town, would it be a good idea to go someplace where people don't know our names?
you mean like the bilge?
Maybe not the bilge.
Well, the bilge and the goat, those are the only two that we saw.
Oh, those are the only two buildings.
Yep,
in
those were the
town.
two places to sleepy sleep, is the bilge and the goat.
There's only one.
I guess we
road
can
through
stay just
town.
out of town and rough it a little bit if you, you know.
That's. I mean, no one knows our name outside. In the woods. In the wilderness.
In the woods, you have no name.
Those fucking screamers know my butthole.
We won't go back there. I didn't like that.
I didn't like that.
Well, you should have done better.
You're not the
Well,
one with rumbly guts.
I guess we can just head to the Ivory Goat if that's.
Everyone there knows our names.
Yeah, that seems like.
Everybody knows
I was about to make the same joke.
I've been trying not to.
I swear to God, it's your old cheers.
Ooh.
Everybody's
Patrick Quinrin walks in and someone just goes, "Hey, Norm." Who's Frasier?
Me. No, when I was a little kid, I loved that show so much. I had a weird fascination with it.
Frasier?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was like 4.
Or Cheers.
I was going to ask Frasier
No,
or
it was-
Cheers because
it
he
was
started on
specifically
Cheers.
Frasier.
Frasier's a weird show.
It
They're
was.
bringing it back.
Are
I'm
they?
so
Yeah.
excited to know that.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Let's toss salad and scrambled eggs.
That's
they're,
right.
They're calling
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
scrambled
Shit.
eggs all over the
Kelsey
place.
Grammer. So, with that, you all are making your way to the Ivory Goat.
Sounds like we're
Sure.
making our way to the goat.
Okay, you make your way to the Ivory Goat.
Making my way downtown.
I
The
knew someone
rind
was gonna make the
is
joke.
pretty much just the way you left it. Seems like not much changes here very often. And as you walk through town, all of the shops closed, the streets relatively dark. It is maybe a welcome change from Galen.
Much less busy.
No ivory or no sandstone walls, no golden pillars. No
Guardians of cord.
No cobblestone streets. There don't seem to be. You can make a perception check if you want to look hard.
For what?
Paladins of Cord.
This one right next to you.
They know!
Fuck! They figured us.
God cop.
God cop.
God's gunslinger.
But the Ivory Goat does have a light on. It does seem to be open.
It's like Super 8, baby.
Yeah,
Only
the
light
light
on
on
for
for
you.
They sure will.
Well, I'm gonna walk through that door like I have so many times before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neither Abram nor Althea are there to greet you.
Oh.
But a late night.
I was about to say it's late. They're in bed.
They are. It is a young lady, elven woman, standing there at the podium and says, "Oh, welcome. Can I assume rooms?
Rooms
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
night,
rooms.
please.
Yeah. It's
What's
good.
left of it?
We're on the list.
She flips through a couple of pages, looking. And I'm sorry, it wasn't left.
A list.
Left of the list.
Don't worry
Don't
about
worry about
that.
the list.
I just want a room to sleep in, please.
Oh yes, of course.
This guy's a horse's ass. He's on my list. It's a short list. There's only one name on it so far, but we'll add.
It's room for
Flip
expansion.
my way back to the inn here.
Mm.
Oh, all right. She says that's 2.5 gold pieces. 2.5 gold pieces, please, for the total.
I'll
pay
put down
one
a-
gold.
I'll put down a gold.
Hell yeah.
Let's put down 5 silver.
Still got 5 silver left.
Yeah,
Who's
that
coughing
I'm
it up?
trying to get to it.
Who's paying?
I made sandwiches.
There we go.
It's only so much gas in the tank.
I made
There we
sandwiches. That was yesterday.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so with your rooms paid up, your keys distributed, you can all find some respite in your much more comfortable rooms tonight. You get a good night's sleep.
More comfortable and semi-familiar, even.
Indeed. You all awake in the morning with seemingly no issues through the night. And I assume all begin to make your way to the dining area of the inn.
Yeah, you don't come to the place with the food if you don't plan to eat the food.
As you all sit and discuss, I have to hit the bathroom again. So sit and talk about your last few days amongst yourselves.
Before I leave my room, I'm gonna take out a dagger and carve a smiley face into the nightstand. Just
What a
right in
dick.
the top.
Wow, just a face in the furniture.
Coping not very
Vandal.
good, it seems.
Yeah. From
Just
murder to
lashing
vandalism,
out.
what a jump!
Lashing out because of your undealt with emotions and trauma.
Yeah.
I don't want to
It's all that angst.
I don't want to talk about it.
Deep angst incoming.
You don't understand.
You don't understand me.
Are you saying that while you carve it? By yourself?
Yeah, alone.
Alone.
No one understands me.
I'm alone. And it's a smiley face.
That makes it almost
They
more
made me
realistic.
kill that guy, and then they would judge me for killing him.
I don't think we made you do it.
I didn't judge you for
I don't
it.
remember
Or make
coercing
you
you
do
at
it.
all.
I also haven't judged you. You just said I feel like a bandit, and I was like, well, you've done some real bandit shit. It walks like a duck and quacks like a duck. It's probably got a watertight asshole.
I don't watch people sleep on the road. But I guess I kind of now work for the boss of the bandits that did watch people sleep on the road.
They weren't
Yeah.
watching us sleep. They were trying to victimize us.
Yeah, they were casing the joint per se.
Yep, and then well, we killed them all.
Just wallering.
Yeah.
Oh, what a sweet guy.
He needs verification that he's important too.
Of course he's important. Look how important he is.
I guess I'm gonna order my big cuff bracelet and try to figure out this wire wrapping for the amulet before Gen Con, and then this costume's pretty well done.
Yeah, I've still got like $800 worth of shit to get.
Yeah. I need to buy like my own bookbinder and shit too, but little shit like that.
Oh, you could use that one as long as you want.
Sure. But when I get my own, I'm gonna try embossing the strap, and I'm gonna fucking cut it way down so I don't have to 300 miles of fucking extra leather.
Well, that binding is made for several books.
Yeah. I found the same one on Amazon for pretty affordable, so I'm gonna get that and add it to the costume.
Yeah.
And then we'll trim it down and customize it a little bit. I might get the brown one so I can dye it and see if I can dye it like an interesting color at least. Or maybe get a good chocolate out of it at least. I want it to be...
Make a Kool-Aid slurry and paint with that.
Oh, that'd be cool as fuck.
Like that. As long as you got to take a rag and wipe off the excess after that.
Sure.
And then let it dry. Otherwise, it's going to stain your fingers every time you touch it.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't it? But yeah, I want to do something cool like that. And then I need to get my pouches, which is easy because I just need leather pouches. I'm pretty sure Mitch and I can make those.
Yeah.
And then I kind of want the... there's a shop at the Peddler's Mall, and the dude does African toads and turns them into purses.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
They're really cool.
They're really cool. Pickles wants one as a purse, and I want one as a pouch for this cosplay now.
No, the one that
That's
I want is
pretty good.
specifically like the
Is that-
kind of coin pouch that has like the little metal balls that like close.
Yes,
The
like a
little
cigarette.
Yeah, it's mouth.
like a cigarette
Yeah.
purse.
Yes, I want one
Yes.
of those to keep trinkets in.
Yes.
All right, Donna, too.
Trinkets.
Trinkets and teeth.
It's an excellent teeth pouch.
Wow.
So,
Gillian.
So is yours going to be your butter pouch?
quite
Ooh,
possible.
Frog butter.
Frog butter.
Whoa.
Rubber.
Frog
Would
pouch
you
butter.
rather have squirrel berries or frog butter?
Do I have to
Ooh.
pick?
Yeah.
I'll
Is
just
there
dive
frog
in.
butter
Knife
used
to your
in
neck.
the
Knife
creation
to your
of
neck.
squirrelberry
Yep, frog
pie?
butter,
Because
squirrelberry.
You don't have to pick, but if you don't pick, you don't get to eat. You know.
Damn.
That's fine. Guess I'll die. All right. Anyway.
I have
So-
rations in my bag, thank you.
So you all gather around the breakfast table. having slept through the night pretty well, with a big day ahead of you, at least for Finnegan.
Yeah.
Today is the arrival of the Port Authority.
Where did you get that vampire?
Goddamn Nosferatus.
So are you all
He
eating
flinched
here, or
when
are
you
you
did that.
skipping breakfast and going straight to...
I would never skip breakfast here.
That's fair. So you are all then brought out a lovely spread, as per usual, knowing full and well who you all are and how much you all eat. You are brought the correct amount of food,
Heck yeah.
and it is absolutely outstanding, as per usual.
I don't think there's been a more fat-ass D&D troop.
You all
in
eat a
the
lot,
history of the game.
but that's good because this place has a lot
I
of...
mean, I eat like in real life. I eat like at least 2 to 3 times an actual day. So I eat a lot.
I eat 3 meals a day, but one of them was a piece of cake, and everybody judges me, but motherfuckers eat honey buns, and nobody says anything to them.
That's also like a cake.
It is the same
Yeah,
thing.
See, those are both cake.
Yeah.
So, breakfast is delicious.
Damn right it is. It was cake.
It costs you 2 gold pieces.
I got one.
I'll get one.
Let go of me, chair.
And the day is yours.
That is mine.
It is yours. At some point, you know you need to go talk to Port Authority. I'm not really sure when. You weren't given a time, just a day.
Well, I can only imagine that getting that done first thing is probably the best.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Always
Maybe.
leave them wanting more, but never ever leave them waiting.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to check, I suppose. Is everyone coming?
I'll come.
I don't have anything on my schedule.
I don't see why I wouldn't. Yeah.
As you all are getting up to head out, Althea says, "Oh, Garuk, something showed up for you this morning." And she sets a big, heavy parcel down on the counter. She says, "I think I got a good idea what these are," and they are just cloth-wrapped weapons. Your weapons, in fact.
My plus ones.
They have been shipped back to you and were sent to the Ivory Goat.
I open up the package and immediately strap them to myself.
For sure. You are all ready and geared up to go. So you make your way out and head down to the docks. As you get there, you see Captain Orstrom, who is just now making his way out of the bilge, looking chipper as ever.
I'm gonna pretend like I don't know
The
him.
word I would use.
Pretend like you don't know him.
That's what he asked, right? He said we don't know you. So I'm just gonna walk on by.
No, he was. He said he just said he doesn't know you. Cause,
Yeah, exactly.
Because he doesn't.
Yeah.
He has
I was
no
gonna say
idea
we
who
worked
any of
for
you
him
are.
briefly, but like he wasn't really getting to know us.
He doesn't seem like a guy who gets to know a lot of people,
You're
to
right.
be fair. So.
Well, you wouldn't know. None of you have tried.
Oh.
So he makes his way to his boat and gets on. It doesn't go anywhere, but he does make his way back onto his ship. It seems like he's got some work to do as the day begins. And you all make your way to the harbor master.
Yes.
All right. As you enter, there are already a group of people standing around who seem to be people of import, just based on how nicely they are dressed and the symbols that they are all wearing. That of the Port Authority of both Cetera itself as a whole, the Rind, and of the Menagerie Coast. All seem to be standing in this room waiting for you.
Oh my.
That's dramatic.
This is
And the harbor master,
lot.
who you recognize as Finnegan. Good, you're here.
I'm here.
Please, if you'll accompany us. These gentlemen would like a word with you.
Absolutely.
He leads you and the rest of the harbor masters and port authorities back into a private office. And he looks to the rest of you and he says, "You understand, I'm sure." And he closes the door.
Oh.
Well then,
Huh.
I do understand.
So you all
Sure,
are
how rude.
You all are still in the building, but you are not in the room with Finnegan and the rest of them.
Is there a bench?
Oh yeah,
Let's
there's a
sit down-
couple.
Let's sit down on a bench.
All right, sure. Yeah,
Kick
just
it.
Sit down on a bench. It sits in front of a window. It looks out back into the harbor.
I'm gonna
Nice
step
view.
outside the door and puff on my pipe.
Okay.
It's rude to do it indoors.
It is.
Right about then, somebody else comes out of another office with a pipe burning away.
I was about to say,
around.
man, I take that thing right to a maternity
They
ward.
pick a paper up off of the front desk and they turn around and go back into their office and close the door.
Yeah, but that's his office.
It varies among cultures.
So, it probably flies in a place like the Ronin.
Probably.
Back in the room, however, there is a chair and a desk, and another chair at the other end of the desk, behind the desk where this person who would be using the desk would sit, and then three other people standing around behind the desk with the harbor master of the Rhine sitting at the desk, and you are invited to sit down on the other side.
I jump up in the seat. Sit down.
All right, Finnegan, if you wouldn't mind, please just tell these men the same thing that you told me. How did you come aboard the ship? Where was the last place you saw it? And how are you attached to it?
Well, I was last on this ship when I was very young. And that
One of
was
them
in-
leans up and says, how young?
Oh, it's been 15 years at least.
They're all taking notes, they seem to be.
I lived on the ship with my parents, and I got left behind in Broken Bank.
And another one speaks up and says, "What are your parents' names?"
Damn, bro.
He's been outside for a long time.
Yeah. Bear with me.
Gowan and Mayora. Gowan and Mayora.
Yes, Gowan and Mayora.
Very good. He writes that down as well.
And that was the last I've seen of the ship until I came to Cetera.
Broken Bank, indeed. It seems Broken Bank was the last known stop of that ship. For the last 15 years. It left Broken Bank and was not seen again until it arrived here. So those on the ship's shipping route suspected foul play, but without any proof. There was never investigation. But with the ship's return and the disappearance of the captain, we must open investigation. There are deliveries that did not get met, cargo that has been lost, people that must be held accountable. So if you have any knowledge of the whereabouts of the captain of this ship, it would be in your best interest to inform us now, so that we may bring to justice those that deserve it.
I wish I knew where or who this captain was. I'd like to find them myself.
And what of your parents?
That's why I'm here in the first place.
I see. Now, the man who got off of the ship, does he fit the description of the captain who captained your ship previously?
No.
Yes, there was said to be a discrepancy.
No, he was not the captain I remember at all.
So, either the previous captain sold the ship and its goods to another crew, who then abandoned the ship, or foul play is afoot. Either way, the ship, seeing as how it has no owner, will either fall to auction, or if someone were to claim it, you could purchase the ship for the price of its docking fees and maintain responsibility herein. As for the investigation, we will continue with our search and we will let you know of our findings. We will try to find your parents as well, although they may also be held accountable for some of the doings upon the ship if it is found that there is larceny or laundering afoot. In the meantime, please feel free to speak with the Port Authority and Harbor Master here about purchase of the ship. Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you.
The first one that spoke up says, and don't go too far.
I won't be.
The Harbor Master of the Rhine says, if you don't have any questions for us, you can feel free to go. If you'd like to purchase the ship, please speak with the clerk out front. I do wish you luck.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'll spin on my heel and walk back out.
Oh, good, Finnegan, you're done.
Yeah.
How'd that go? What was that all about?
You know, really nothing I didn't already know. Something fishy with that ship.
This guy.
It seems like I have the option to buy the ship.
Sure.
Seems like something you'd really enjoy owning a ship.
Yeah, you hate boats, so you should definitely buy one.
Yeah.
How much would that cost?
I don't know. I could ask. I just, I don't know. Seems kind of morbid. Buying my childhood trauma.
I mean, you could. I mean, we could.
Wow.
We could make it nicer.
When you put it like that.
We could burn it if you really hate it.
I do know a guy who lights stuff on fire.
Is that guy you?
I do light stuff on fire.
The boat would fit within the grease.
The grease fits within the boat.
Yeah.
There
It
you
would-
go, yeah.
Yeah, you could start the flame.
So, do we need to go investigate the Mayfly ourselves? Is there something you need to, like...
Pretty much, they pretty much told me they'll let me know if they have information. Which, there's no telling what that really means, I guess.
Well, I guess it means they'll contact you if there's any information.
Yeah.
It's real.
Did they tell you to
That's
stay in
special.
town?
They said not to go far, so I would assume.
So hopefully that means that the investigation won't take very long.
Maybe.
So I guess we'll kick it here in town. For a little while.
I don't really have any ideas on how to help in this investigation. So,
What would Scooby-Doo do?
Eat.
Who's Scooby-Doo?
what did you just say?
Hmm?
You want to run that by me again, Chief?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Yeah, so I guess a couple days in the Rhine is in order, but that's kind of our plan anyways, right?
Seems to be.
About 12 of them or so.
Should work perfectly.
Then we got to get back to Galen.
It's the perfect amount of time to solve the mystery.
A mystery.
So, yeah, Captain Smith. That's what we're looking for still.
Smith.
So,
What a dumb name.
Is that something where we should ask around?
I mean, I'm sure that,
It's a pretty generic name.
yeah,
but
I'm sure that it ultimately would lead to nothing. Maybe.
Plus, if there was foul play involved, he's probably not actually named Captain Smith.
Right. Or going around using that name. all the
Yeah,
time.
or using that name any longer if he was Captain Smith.
Since that boat has been sitting there, like abandoned for so long, do you think Orstrom would know anything about it?
maybe.
He's very.
Suppose.
He seems very
Seafaring?
knowing of things.
Maybe. It's not a bad idea, actually.
He's very seaworthy.
So we're gonna go. Talk
Maybe
to
he
Orstrom?
would. I
Yeah,
was
let's see
gonna
if
say maybe
Orstrom
he would have
knows.
heard of this Captain Smith.
Or
Well,
the Mayfly.
Pale, hairless man. Can't imagine there's too many of those.
Just my dad.
Is he a sailor?
No.
It's my dad too.
Okay. Well,
Didn't know you
there's
guys
two-
were
Two
siblings.
potential
Oh, yeah.
suspects, I guess.
it's not my dad.
Yeah. No.
No. Tan. Full head of very white hair.
Dad's a computer programmer.
And that's a carpenter.
My dad's a drunk.
So,
At least he was. I think he's just a retired Republican now.
oh, okay.
You know.
God. So you all have a plan to go ask Captain Orstrom if he knows anything about this Captain Smith.
Yeah.
Let's go talk to Orstrom.
Last you saw him, he was on his ship. He had just left the bilge.
Seems like a good place to start
I
then.
guess we go down to the Raging Marrow and
Breaching Marrow.
Reaching Marrow, whatever.
So Gorna got on the wrong ship.
We have ragers at the bilge.
Yes, yes. So you make your way there, and you make your way back onto the ship, and he's not on the deck.
Perhaps he's in his office.
Could be.
Quarters.
It's paperwork Saturday.
How do you know it's Saturday?
I don't know. I'm not at work.
I'm knocking on his
He says,
quarters.
all right, come in.
Just slow and not.
Yeah.
Just, it's like Chinese water torture.
Halfling torture.
You open the door, and he says, oh no, what now? What'd y'all do? Y'all need to
Nothing.
go somewhere?
Nothing.
No.
Yeah,
Just a few
saw
questions.
Port Authority had shown up, and I only
They're
just
looking for you,
assumed it
actually.
worked. Get off my ship.
They're looking for you, actually.
No, but seriously, what do you want?
I was just wondering, daydreaming and wondering if you happen to know anything about a ship called the Mayfly here. Or
That one over there?
Yeah. Or the captain of the ship, maybe.
Why are you interested?
I have some business with the ship.
He used to live on that ship as a child.
I think he was born there.
Thanks for the psychoanalyzation, guys.
Are you fooling me?
No. Why would I have?
You were on that ship.
Yeah.
Make a persuasion check. I'd say with advantage because
Okay.
your friends are also.
Corroborating the story.
11.
Alright, he says. Alright. Why were you on that ship?
Well, I lived on the ship as a child. My parents worked on it.
No shit.
Yes, shit.
Come on, let me buy you a drink.
To the bills.
To the bilge. Indeed, to the bilge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which leads you all straight out of the ship and over to his favorite watering hole, the bilge.
I think
We get to see the inside for the first time.
As you approach the bilge,
There's a third building here.
yeah, it's wild. So you notice as you are walking up to the bilge, the door to the building itself seems to be sort of all the way around the frame, kind of patchwork cobbled together, held up in its place.
Like
the frame itself
like 7, maybe 8 people have been thrown through it.
looks like it might be that way. And as you open the door, the smell of stale beer and smoke hits you immediately, and you can hear
Classy.
talking. You can hear loud talking and raucous shouting and all sorts of conversation going on. And again, Zilgrim, you have the highest passive perception. You notice sitting at the back of the room a very large, pale man. Not quite fitting the description of the pale man that you are looking for, but a very large, pale man wearing, I believe, he is pale gray skin. He is bald. He is wearing cut-off shorts, short cut-off shorts,
Jorts.
and leather suspenders that run up.
Hot.
Oh, Lederhosen.
It looks a lot like
This guy
lederhosen.
sounds like a stripper.
I'm gonna elbow Finnegan and
he is-
Emmeline in. Nosferatu.
He is sitting all the way in the back, but he's covered in blue tattoos.
Ooh.
Tribal tattoos from head to toe.
That
Long
sounds
lines that
cool.
curl harshly at the ends
Ooh.
of them.
We might get to
I would
meet
say
a
also
couple
that you notice his eyes are white.
It's very
He
unique.
is sitting by himself in the back of the bar, crushing a beer currently.
Wow.
What a bro.
And Orstrom bellies up to the bar, and he welcomes you all up to it. And he flags down the bartender. And he says, "Valen, I need it. I need 2. Sorry."
Yeah, just 2. Do I recognize the person sitting in the back of the bar?
Nope.
Okay.
Nah. Not the same guy.
Okay.
No. Seems to be the same race, but not the same guy.
Fair enough.
Just walking
Tattoos are
outside.
vastly different. And so, Valen, the bar owner, who's a scruffy half-orc, he's scarred all over face, arms, hands. He's very weathered. He has several missing teeth. Some of them are filled in with gold, and one of his tusks has what seems to be a gold vein that runs all the way down it to the center of it, where a sapphire has been faceted, and then runs another gold vein the rest of the way underneath it down to the root of the tusk. And he leans over and he says, what the hell does he sound like again? I have notes, I just didn't read them. Right, you need 2 beers. Here you go. There's one. There's the other. Say it. Orstrom goes, "We need a minute." This kid, he leans in and he says he lived on a ghost ship. We're gonna find out. So, Orstrom leans
Are
back
you a
and
ghost?
takes a big gulp from his drink and he sets it back down. He looks over at you and he says, "All right, kid. That ship out there was a ghost story. Said to said to have been made port in Broken Bank some time back, when it was said to have been overcome by some sort of evil, some sort of something. They said that the some form of otherworldly creature, this ghost of a figure, took over the ship while it was at port. He took off with it and headed north, and proceeded to scare off pretty much anybody that would head that way to try and go after it. There was a rumor of a scuffle, and then the ship took off, and any ship that went after it never seemed to come back. There were tales of it, and all manner of folks that said they seen it up north somewhere, way up north in the icy cold. They said they'd all avoid it because they'd heard the stories of what happened to the ships that tried to chase it down. I mean, Port Authority right out of Broken Bank chased it, but none ever seemed to make it back. People said they seen it here, and said they seen it there, and said they had seen the glowing, fiery eyes of the pale demon that sailed the ship, but I didn't believe it. Till it showed up here. It said that the same pale demon man got off of it with a small crew, made their way south. I showed up long after it had gotten here, apparently. I never saw any of them, but those were the stories until they weren't just stories. And now here you are saying that you done grow up on that ship. So what happened to Broken Bank?
I don't know. The ship was just gone. But that demon is who I'm looking for.
Well, some of them ghost stories scare the hell out of some of these sailors, so I'd say you're pretty brave for going after him. I wish you the best of luck. If he headed south from here, I don't think he's a demon, by the way. No, I think you're looking for a man, just like flesh and blood like anyone else. If I were trying to run away, to hide, well, I'd probably head straight down south, stop off in Kalnora, maybe make my way down into the jungle. That'd be a pretty good place to lay low, because I don't know anyone who'd go in looking for him.
That's what I've heard, is that it's quite a rough place.
That's where I'd hide.
The jungle, you say?
Noted.
That's where I have to go.
Finishes his beer and sets it down, and he says, well,
Question.
good luck
Takes
to
a lot of
you.
people out of.
Thank you.
He
Or
pats you on the
four,
shoulder, and he
or
gets
no.
up, and he makes his
we
way
should
out
ask
of
him
the
about the
bilge.
Thanks for the drink.
He's known that much so far. He's helped out.
So, you all are now sitting in the bilge around the bar. Orstrom has just left. Valen Rodrast, the bar owner, walks back up and says, all right, what do you want?
Ale.
Ale,
I'll take one too.
ale, ale, ale,
Yeah.
ale.
Several ales.
Many ales.
You want something fun?
I always like to have
Absolutely.
fun.
I
always like to have fun.
He smiles, and that little sapphire glimmers a little bit.
Damn right.
He
it
says,
is.
all right, I knew you were sitting with Ostrom, so I had a feeling. I'll be right back. He comes back and he sets a mug down in front of each of you.
There's gonna be fire. I know.
This
it.
can't be good.
Or it's gonna be really good.
We're gonna get robbed.
Get my constitution roll ready.
Alright.
So, he looks at you, he says, it's a lot. But don't stop till it's gone. Go!
Alright. Start
And
chugging.
we're off.
Alright, and he's just laughing, having a grand old time. It's rough. It's thin. It's not
Thin and rough.
thin. It's thin, but God, it goes down like it's got angles.
Oh, I've had that.
Oh,
it's
boy.
from the bottom shelf.
Oh,
In the
this
back.
didn't come from a shelf.
They hide this in a cabinet.
And as you look over to a couple of your other compatriots and you see it running down the sides of their lips a little bit, you notice it's kind of a clear with a purplish hue.
Oh, good.
Oh, weird.
That's
Yeah.
Purple.
And
Wait.
Gasoline.
I need you all.
Wait.
What's up?
No, wait. You said thin.
Thin.
Oh, okay. Not the viscous stuff that my captain had.
Nope, it's not that. It's not the same thing.
Nope, we're drinking lamp oil,
This
boys.
is basically. So you all have, you're drinking sterno filtered through a piece of bread.
Long ways.
Long ways, so
Long
it gets
ways.
the whole thing. And I need you all to make a Constitution saving throw.
I've done this before.
Oh no. 3.
Farouk?
Dirty 20.
12.
17.
16.
Roll a d4.
That's how many new heads you have. And they hate each other.
Oh no. 4.
You immediately vomit back into the cup a bit. And you are not feeling so great. The
I'm still
room
drinking
is
it.
spinning a bit. You finished it, and as you were done, it just overwhelmed you. The room is spinning. You can't close an eye to make it stop. You can't grab onto the bar. Your friends are no brace to reality. And suddenly it all comes back out. And Valen is loving it. He's That's what we like to see.
That was fun.
He's-
Mind if I ask what that was?
I do!
Okay then.
I do! You want another?
No.
That was a good choice. Right. Well, welcome to the bilge. If there's anything I can get you, my name's Valen. I can get you drinks. I can get you other drinks. I can get you a cot in the back. And if you need to be chucked the fuck out, that's what Crush is for.
Crush.
Points to the big Goliath sitting back there drinking.
Crush.
In the Lederhosen.
In the lederhosen,
Oh, no.
yes.
I like Crush.
You know, I've met a Goliath before. He's a real chill guy. But I wouldn't want to be in a
Till
fight
they're
with
not.
one.
Yep, till they're not, I hear.
He said, yeah, you see the door?
Many pieces of it.
One time. He threw someone through it about 10-ish years ago. Then he had to pay it off. So he works for me. He paid it off 9 years ago. He doesn't want to leave.
Steady work.
Works for me.
Do what you love and you
I
never
don't-
work a day in your life.
I don't do much of the heavy lifting these days. You get a good look at him. You can tell he's pretty old. He's pretty wizened. He's not feeble, but you can tell his fair share of the hard labor is done.
Absolutely. Back only has so many years in it.
That's right, yeah.
Well,
He leans in a little closer as y'all are drinking. He says, so, what you know about Holstrom?
well,
Here's a
Hell of a
cool
captain.
blue lantern.
Good in a fight.
You know he got that from a genie.
Oh, I believe it.
it looks like it.
100%.
He did make a deal with a genie. He did. Now he's got that lantern. Guides him. Gives him strange powers.
Okay.
You should see him. It's wonderful, especially when it hits something. You said you seen it in action.
Yeah.
It's amazing, right?
It was a fight.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Ask him to tell you about the genie. He won't, but ask him.
I feel like he might be angry if we bring that up.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, he will. He'll be real mad at me that I told you. Hey, you know he's also got a dragon.
No, he doesn't.
No, he
Yeah,
doesn't have
little
it.
bitty guy.
Where does he keep it?
Hey, mostly he puts it away because it bothers people. But he's got a dragon. He's got
Wow.
a dragon.
I want to pet that dragon.
Ask him.
I'm gonna take it.
He won't show you,
He won't show you.
but ask him.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we do still have a question to ask him.
Well, you said you saw him use it. What'd you see him use it on?
Yeah, I saw him set a socket on fire with it.
All right. Well, he's run into his fair share of them. That should have been no problem.
Yeah.
I assume it was no problem.
It was no
It was
problem.
less than
Oh,
no
yeah,
problem.
good.
Yeah,
We had a good
easy. I
time
killed
that
2 of them
night.
myself.
Yeah, that Ostrom, he's good. Yeah, him and I have seen lots together. We sailed for a long time together.
Is that so?
Been to many places, seen many exotic things. Creatures that would make your skin crawl. Sights that would dazzle your brain.
I do like a good brain dazzling.
Who doesn't? Really?
Controlled situations, usually.
Have you seen any old gnomes lately?
Old gnomes. Can't say I have.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
Of course, I don't leave the bar very often.
You would have had to come into the bar.
No old gnomes recently.
I don't know why you would leave this paradise.
That's what I said. Look at it. It's great. As you do look around a
I'm gonna
little
look
bit and take
around.
in the scenery a bit, you look down and you notice that you can see water through the floor.
Oh, I assumed that before we ever even came in.
I assume there were just random holes throughout.
A little bit, maybe like 1 or 2, not like nothing
I'm thinking
too
like
detrimental, but like you all might want to watch where you're stepping.
I'm thinking like real Sea of Thieves vibes with like a half a ship coming out of the shit.
It's not quite like that.
There's a
but
crow's nest up top.
It is kind of. It looks like it's been there for a long time,
Hell yeah.
and it looks like it's taken its fair share of beatings and weatherings.
well established.
Oh,
That's
yes.
what I like. Oh yeah. Well,
So as you all sit there, and if you all are just going to sit for a little bit and continue to drink, Valen will sit there and continue to talk your ear off.
oh,
about
I guarantee he will.
travels, exotic lands, sea monsters. Oh, so many sea monsters.
Dying for new faces to tell old
Oh
stories
yeah.
too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, he's really laying into it too. I mean, like seriously, like oh yeah, we've seen all sorts of things. A tell of a great creature with a huge yellow cloven eye that he's seen, and he talks about all the tentacles that rose from the deep, and all sorts of things. And just sit there and talk your ear off for as long as you'll listen.
I think old Pukey McGee's gonna have to get put in the bed eventually.
Yeah.
He says, "We got cots."
Zilgrim and I still want to ask Orstrom a question.
Okay. Orstrom has left the bar.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's- Yes, like we will probably head and do that.
Okay, so after you all are finished listening to the wondrous, boisterous stories regaled to you
Does
by
he know
Valen
anything
Realmrest.
about the ghost ship?
Valen?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah, he's heard all the stories. All the stories.
All the stories. That's the
But
problem.
he doesn't. He can't relay you too much more info than Orstrom already has because he doesn't know
Gotcha.
much more than Orstrom. Scuttlebutt throughout the town. That's about
Old
it.
scuttlebutt.
That's about it.
That's Navy for bullshit.
So, you all exit the bilge and you're heading to find Orstrom.
Again, yes.
Okay, he's standing on the docks this time. Still, he's going over some paperwork with one of the port officials.
We will approach, but wait for him to finish.
Okay, as you are, he's just signing off on something and handing it back, and the other person's turned around and headed off, and he looks back up at you and he says, "All right, what you need now?"
We just had one more question.
All right, well, shoot, I guess.
We're also looking for an old gnome named Fidget. You wouldn't happen to have seen him.
Nope. Old gnome. Nope.
Yeah, tinkerer. Like to make funny little gadgets.
Nope, can't say I have.
I feel like he would remember.
Why,
You may or may not have had 4 arms.
That was
Oh.
one of those devices.
no. Nope, can't say I recall. Why are you looking for him for?
Well, he had recently become a friend of ours and has disappeared, for
Oh.
lack of a better word, and we're trying to find him and see if he is okay.
Well, I wish you luck.
Brilliant. Alrighty, well,
Right.
then I guess we need to carry on with the rest of the plans for the day.
Char.
What was that bartender's name?
Valen.
Valen.
As we head to leave, I turn around. Oh, Valen said to ask you about the genie and the little dragon.
He turns around and he looks at you and he says, "Yeah, I'll bet he did." He turns back around and he heads onto his ship as he kind of like tucks his coat to sort of hide the lantern a little bit on his hip. He walks off onto the
He might have actually gotten that from a genie.
onto the ship. So,
Mans has been everywhere.
You gotta be yanking our chain.
Is there anything we need?
no one bothered to insight check anybody, so you have no idea. Could all be very true. So,
Live in the mystery.
Oh, insight is the check for that.
where to now?
We didn't have any other immediate plans.
Not really.
Yeah. Do you guys want to check around some of the local shops, see if anybody had seen?
Well, we can go check
Fidget.
on Gangly Langley.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did we
well,
ever find
we
out
never
anything
found.
about?
We never found
We
We
him.
never.
Never
Maybe he
did.
came home.
Nobody's seen him. Yeah, we could check the shop.
Hopefully
Probably
he
make sure
wasn't.
that he's still alive in there.
Hopefully he wasn't one of those bandits that.
It also puts you a little closer to the Draylen estate on the orchard.
That's true, because we're on the other end of the orchard now.
Yeah.
Oh, because we wanted to ask him because he owns the museum,
You
right?
see him, yeah, and we wanted to talk to him about your idol.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a potential thing we
We
could
also
do.
have the.
How about the idol?
Yeah.
This little lizard dude that I carry
Oh.
around.
Okay, I thought we were pissed at him about the arm.
Oh, I mean, maybe.
Well, I mean,
we
we
are,
are,
but-
but we still have questions.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you might be like.
I mean, you could potentially you could probe for information about that. Potentially. Maybe not like walking up and just asking, hey, what
Yeah,
the
we
hell?
still also have the
But, you know.
the red-skinned troublesome tricksters over at Anduin's tiny hut.
Oh,
We
right.
discussed with them the first time we came through.
The two redskin devils in the form of rats.
Yeah, and the ass-whooping candlestick.
Yeah. That it was.
So we do have some options. Probably the most feasible, I feel like, is checking out the Draylen estate, because we have still yet to know anything about that idol that
Mm-hmm.
we yearn for more information about.
Plus, it might behoove us to learn more about the Draylen family. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, it might not be
Name keeps coming up.
may not be the best idea to show up with like a random paladin of cord that's
To where?
to the Draylen estate.
Oh yeah.
Where you're currently shirking responsibility
Oh,
and
no, I-
hiding from the law.
No,
He's
I
on
had
an
i-
investigation.
Yeah, I had an idea about that. I was going to send a courier back to my temple with a letter stating like what we found in the in Fidget's shop, and headed out of town because it seemed like he was no longer in town.
Perfect. Airtight alibi. I love it.
Send that ahead of us so that it hits the temple before we hit.
Right about that time, a courier of your own runs up and finds you, Zilgrim,
Wah.
and says, your animals and your cart, they've been dropped off at the Ivory Goat.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is this courier gangly? Okay. I'm just gonna start asking questions like that.
the world by fucking delivering messages.
That's not what I
That's
mean.
what you have to do.
Wangley's on a big adventure.
This
You
does
never
not seem
know.
to be gangly language.
Okay. It's also worth a shot.
Are you gangly?
Gangly.
Roll a gangly
No,
check.
it's not. Yeah, you're right. Roll for Gangle. No, he is not. He does turn around and just kind of trot off
Okay.
after he relays the message to you.
pie.
Alright. So, yeah, I will write out a letter of investigation stating that the other paladin was found in the bathroom of the shop, fidget shop.
Okay.
There were no other clues in the area, so we're searching outside of town.
Okay. All right. You managed to get a letter written up, and
I'm going to seal it
I just assume you're sending that back to
the temple
temple
for what is his name?
Commander Draylen.
Draylin, yes.
Eros Draylin.
Yeah, I keep confusing Draylin and Dalrin.
Yep. So, all right. You write a letter to Eros to
Yes.
let him know where you are heading and what you are doing.
I don't let him know the exact location,
Sure, but you
just
tell
that
him
we
you
are heading
in
out
town.
to investigate further.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. You that's easy enough to find. They do courier service at the Ivory Goat, so that is easy enough for you to accomplish. So, with that, your ideas in hand, your relatively clear goals in mind, you set out for the rest of this day for what will hopefully be a fruitful day of information gathering. Information for the pale bald man that Finnegan is looking for, and possibly information on Gorna's idol. And maybe some answers about the ivory arm that you happen to find.
And with any luck, a clue, even half a clue, about Fidget.
Even half a clue about Fidget.
It's true. It's important.
Tiny clues. He is
So?
tiny.
We'll pick up next time, back in the rind, with the day ahead of you all.
Brilliant.
I love the ride.
What a
good.
cool
We're back
place.
again.